it needs to be said. I mean, you have Joe Biden here with a schedule that would be brutal for anybody.
Oh my gosh.
Any president of any age going to Europe, a couple times on D-Day and spending 5 days in France, going over to the G7.
In the middle of the personal struggles.
In the middle of the personal struggles, the Hunter trial. And yesterday, even critics were saying that he did a strong job, very good job representing the United States, even though, again, we have some cheap fakes that the RNC, once again, spreading vicious lies about Joe Biden. But that's who they are.
We should point those out.
That's who they've become. We will point that in a second. But Jonathan Lemire, I was struck by the strong message as well that Joe Biden delivered yesterday. I mean, the United States and our great allies in Europe have really stood shoulder to shoulder here, other than Mike Johnson and Donald Trump holding up badly needed security aid to Ukraine. Now that roadblock has gotten past, and people who actually love freedom and love democracy and hate authoritarians who invade other countries, it seems to me we have them outnumbered. As far as people in Europe and America that actually support freedom at all times, unlike a lot of Republicans in the House. But a very strong message. The United States followed the EU in its support, and now they get together at the G7 and another $50 billion going Ukraine's way.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about Sleepy Joe Biden, who the mainstream liberal media, you just saw there, is trying their best to defend this guy, okay? They're really trying hard to keep the public eye off of Joe Biden and his condition getting worse as we get closer to the election. Because I'm telling you guys, if Joe Biden has a Mitch McConnell moment on a national stage, who knows, maybe even the world stage, which is what this video is about, because he's at the G7 summit. If Biden has a Mitch McConnell moment at the wrong place in the wrong time, it is over for him. Okay, it's over. It's done. And the mainstream liberal media knows this more than anybody else. This is why they're distracting us with lies about Trump, because they want to create a false equivalency that, hey, Trump is mentally deteriorating just as much as Biden. So when it comes to mental capabilities to be president of the United States, that is a wash, okay? And the reason why they're so desperate to do this is because their democracy propaganda hasn't worked, okay? Because if you pay attention to the polls, when it comes to democracy or which candidate is best for democracy, it is a wash, okay? Despite years of January 6th fear-mongering, Trump's a threat to democracy. He's a dictator. He's Hitler. They got a fake conviction based off of political persecution. And it is still a wash when it comes to this whole topic of democracy, right? So, again, what the mainstream liberal media is trying to do desperately is try to even the playing field for Biden somewhat, because he really can't get better when it comes to issues that he's losing on the most important issues like the economy, immigration, crime, all those things. He can't get better on that, right? He's done. So now they're trying to make the American people think that Biden's fine and you shouldn't worry about him, okay? He is as sharp as ever. This is what they're telling the American people on national television because they think that you're stupid, right? It really is incredible how much the mainstream liberal media gaslights the American people. But no matter how much they gaslight the American people, it doesn't change the fact that Biden is deteriorating. And everywhere he goes, there's a chance that he can have a Mitch McConnell moment. And it seems as if he came close to maybe having one at the G7 summit in this video that has gone viral, showing Joe Biden seemingly wandering off, doing some ceremony where a guy was parachuting in, and Biden seems to not be interested in the main event at all. Wow. Embarrassing moment, right? Embarrassing moment for Joe Biden, okay? I don't know about you guys, but it looks like Joe Biden started wandering off, okay? He went into La La Land and was just gone, right? Just out of there, right? To the point where the prime minister of Italy had to go and get him and say, hey, Joe, you're getting lost. Come back over here, right? So I don't know, man. The mainstream liberal media, they're going to try to defend Biden and say, oh, well, this is the right wing taking it out of context. This is spin from the RNC and Fox News trying to make Biden look old and senile, right? Well, listen, here's the thing. If you don't want Biden to look old and senile, okay, and to have these clips spun, which I don't think they're being spun. I think what you're saying happening, what it looks like is happening, which is that Biden's losing his mind. That's what's actually happening. But if you don't want it to look like Biden's losing his mind, how about Biden stop looking like he's losing his mind on video, right? At these meetings, on the world stage, at the White House, right? In his speeches. I'm just saying, okay? Revolutionary idea. If you want Biden to stop being called old and senile or being thought of as old and senile, how about Biden stop acting old and senile? But he can't, right? He can't, okay? This is why that magical idea hasn't crossed the Democrats yet, even though they continue to gaslight us and tell us, no, Biden's as sharp as ever. Okay, fine. How about Biden start acting that way, right? If he starts acting that way, then maybe people will believe him. But until then, nobody believes that Biden is as sharp as ever, okay? It's just, it is laughable, right? You're insulting our intelligence. Because even you have allies at the G7 summit coming out and saying that Biden's condition is bad, right? It's terrible. It's the worst he has ever been, per a report from the New York Post. Now, again, it's the New York Post. So, hey, that's my disclaimer. But let's get into it. President Biden has been losing focus during discussions at this week's G7 summit in Italy, with one diplomatic insider saying the commander-in-chief is, quote, the worst he has ever been. Now, the mainstream media is going to say that this is Russian talking point, right? This is straight from the Kremlin, right? This is what they're going to say. It's a right-wing conspiracy. This is what they're going to say. Amazing. Another attendee from a non-U.S. delegation told The Sun Friday that the 81-year-old's public missteps on the first day of the gathering were embarrassing. Biden has joined the leaders of the world's wealthiest democracies, including Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni, and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak for the annual meeting to discuss their nation's economic and security priorities. See, this is the type of stuff that makes the United States of America look like a joke, right? It makes our voters look like a joke when this guy allegedly gets elected to lead the country, right? Even though he clearly is not in any shape whatsoever. I mean, just look at his picture, bro. This is bad. This is bad. Like, this is a terrible image. I don't care what the context is. This is terrible, okay? This is the image of the United States, guys. This is the image that Biden's put out there. He represents us. And he is embarrassing himself. He's embarrassing this country. So again, when you talk about Joe Biden being liked, oh, Joe Biden's a statesman. He's well liked. Everybody likes Joe Biden. I don't give a damn about who likes Joe Biden. I don't care if they like the president. What I care about is if other world leaders and our foreign adversaries respect the president, okay? These people come out and say, well, everybody likes Biden and they hate Trump. I don't give a damn if they hate Trump. I don't care if any of these fools hate Trump. But what I do know is that they respect Trump. What I do know is that they may like this guy, but they damn sure don't respect this guy. How can you respect this? Nobody can respect this. So don't talk to me about how liked Joe Biden is, because I don't give a damn. This right here is not worthy of respect. None of these people respect this guy. That's the honest to God truth. You cannot respect a man who doesn't know what the hell he is. You can't. You can feel bad for him. You can genuinely wish him the best. But this is not something I can respect in a world leader. Nobody can. And anybody that tells you any different is lying to you. However, the president has stolen the spotlight with a series of bizarre actions, including giving Meloni an awkward salute upon greeting her Thursday and wandering away from his fellow leaders during a skydiving demonstration, forcing the host prime minister to chaperone him back to the group. Embarrassing, humiliating. Biden apparently got off on the wrong foot with Meloni before the summit even began Thursday morning, keeping the Italian prime minister waiting 20 minutes before arriving, according to public broadcaster RAI. Yeah, I mean, they had to help Joe Biden finish wiping his butt, right? That's what they had to do, okay? Because I believe that is how far gone Joe Biden is. There's no doubt in my mind that they're wiping this man's butt every morning, okay? Every morning, okay? I am sure of it. When the president did appear, Meloni reportedly chided him in an apparent attempt at humor, telling Biden, quote, "You shouldn't leave a woman waiting like this." The Sun also reported that Biden had shown moments of clarity while discussing urgent matters with the leaders of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK, and the European Union. Yeah, so again, this is how low the expectations are for Joe Biden. The expectations are so low that it is now news, right? That Biden has moments of clarity. Moments of clarity from Joe Biden apparently are signs of life, right? This is news that we're reporting going about the president of the United States, guys, which is something that you would think by default is something that the president should be doing all the time, right? The president should always be in a clear state of mind, okay? He should always be coherent and cooperative and aware, okay? These are basic requirements, okay, to not only just be president of the United States, but honestly, to be a functional and productive human being, right? I'm just saying, Biden, his expectations are so low that it has become news that the president is operating at just a basic level. Again, this is humiliating. It really is. That is in line with the Post's understanding from White House staffers that Biden, who would be 86 years old if he completes a full second term in January 2029, has at points lost his focus in private conversations. Yeah, there's no way. There's absolutely no way Joe Biden ain't making it, not as president, to January 2029. It's not going to happen, bro. If Biden wins, Lord forbid he don't, right? Let's hope he does not win. They're swapping him out immediately, bro. It's going to be Kamala immediately. That's what they're going to do. There's no doubt in my mind. If he wins, after his first year, he's out. He's done, right? He is done, okay? He going to step down and Kamala's going to take over. So, again, if you vote for Joe Biden, you're basically voting for Kamala Harris. White House Senior Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates described the Sun report as lies Friday and touted Biden's successful leadership overseas, advancing our national security. Bates also insisted that the Post and other outlets had reported on a distorted version of the video of Biden walking away from the skydiving demonstration, saying the president was giving a thumbs up and saying congratulations to another skydiver just out of the video's frame. However, Sunuk told reporters Friday that the choreography of the ceremony called for Biden to join his fellow leaders. Well, Biden wouldn't know that, okay, because, again, he's not aware, right? He's not there, so of course he doesn't know what to do, okay? He has no clue. Quote, he just went over to kind of talk to all of them individually, and Giorgia Meloni was saying, quote, "Don't worry, they're all coming to us," the British Prime Minister said. Quote, "We were meant to line up so they could come and then shake all of our hands." Sunak also defended the American president, saying Biden was all right and was being very polite to the military members who took part in the demonstration. Biden also skipped a dinner held for the G7 leaders at a luxury hotel in southern Italy later Thursday evening. Well, I mean, this is bedtime, right? He's sleepy, probably got jet lag, okay? Yeah, he got to go to bed, okay? He has to call it a night, okay? His handlers are saying that Biden can't keep up, right? He can't keep up with the young crowd here. Quote, there's going to be a lot of meetings happening, a lot of sessions, as you know. White House Press Secretary Cringe Jean-Pierre told reporters Wednesday in excusing Biden's absence, quote, and so the president is certainly going to be engaged for the 2 days or two and a half days that he is in Italy at the G7. So I wouldn't read too much into him not going to one dinner. The summit has been marked by the U.S. signing a 10-year security agreement with Ukraine and the alliance agreeing to lend another $50 billion to Kyiv in its war effort against Russia. Yeah, so again, this is just more proof that that war is going to be $1 trillion affair, right? That is what's going to happen. We're going to spend trillions of dollars in Ukraine. It is the new Afghanistan. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had requested the assistance while attending the summit and later joined Biden for a press conference to declare their joint opposition to Russian aggression. Biden's mental fitness is increasingly worrying to Democratic lawmakers and aides, a bombshell report from the Wall Street Journal said last week, with the president frequently caught reading off cheat sheets and resting his eyes in meetings, aka fall asleep. Quote, you couldn't be there and not feel uncomfortable, one source who was in discussions earlier this week over a $95 billion national security package with military aid for Ukraine told the outlet. A shocking 86% of voters, including 73% of Democrats, believe Biden is too old to finish a second term, an ABC News poll found in February. First Lady Jill Biden in March scoffed at the notion floated by then Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley of politicians over the age of 75 being forced to take mental capacity tests, calling it ridiculous. All right, so yeah, Biden has to make it to the debate, okay? That's what has to happen, okay? And I'm just saying, if Biden has a Mitch McConnell moment on a debate stage against Trump, his campaign is over, okay? You can stick a fork in it, right? It's donezo. So again, these people can continue to gaslight us and say, oh, Biden's fine, Biden's okay. But I personally don't think this debate is going to go well for Joe Biden. The liberal media is going to have to cook up some magic, right? A miracle in order to get Joe Biden through that debate without him completely humiliating himself. I just don't see it happening. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.